Okay. Hello, everyone. This is our SE2 group project, the HANU Hospital Management System. It's by Hoàng Trung Hiếu, it's me, Lê Đức Long, Nguyễn Thị Khánh, Đào Anh Thành, Phạm Quốc Huy, Lê Tuấn Minh, and our instructor, Nguyễn Đình Trần Long. Okay, before we start with all the code and the requirement definition, I want to talk a bit about the introduction, why we're choosing this project, and we're choosing this project, and how to decide. Okay, because like you already know that every hospital today requires keeping track of its daily activity and record of the patient, doctor, nurse, keeping the hospital running. However, keeping track of all the activity and the record on paper is very troublesome and error-prone. As you already know, normally when you have writing just one piece of paper, it's very easy to manage. But when you have a stack of paper like this, you see, it's because you can multiply them by about 1,000, 1 million times. This is going to be very troublesome and easily getting error, actually losing track of their patient record. And it's also very inefficient and time-consuming process, as we can have to sorting the file, creating this file, we have to sort another in ABCD. Every time you want to get a patient record, you have to open closet, a name, for example, a name here. So you have to open the closet with the capital letter H first, and you have to get the record to find my record by my ID or by my name sorted in alphabetic order. And this is very inefficient and time consuming. And that's why we decided to create a website that can help managing the hospital by using the website and getting storing the data on the database. Okay, the requirement analysis. You can see first. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So in this requirement analysis, you can see we have the using a use case model, creating a use case model with the administrator is the most you have the more authority in the for the hospital that he can manage the survey group as manage hospital equipment. He also have to manage the medicine, and we have to manage the hospital within the hospital department and the staff information. You also have to manage accounting, like checking expense, income, and profit, and have to manage patient. Whereas the nurse and doctor, he and she only have to, with the nurse, nurse have to register a patient and update and remove patient information. The doctor have to manage patient record and creating a prescription, diagnosis, treatment, and prescription for prescription of medicine prescription. So the patient can know how to drink doses and in about and start with any time at uptime. Okay, start on our analysis. Okay, analysis from the instruction requirement. Here list the most important use case for user. I tell in the use case diagram in the requirement analysis. As a nurse, I should register patient, manage patient info, and assign, and also the nurse has to assign patient to the available doctor. So the doctor have available. Example, this doctor currently there will be a list of doctor, and the nurse has to check if that doctor is available or not, so she can assign the patient to that doctor. Now the doctor have to checking patient by diagnose by checking the patient, like checking condition, So he can check the condition, pre-symptom, the patient pre-symptom, like coughing, headache, or itchy. So he and she can provide the patient diagnosis and treatment through medical procedure for like pistol service. Like heart pistol service, like need to X-ray for need to check X-ray to need to see if you need to go to the lung and have to breathe through oxygen, etc. And physician to medicine for the patient. So he have to medicine for the patient like that. Like I already mentioned, the reason for prevention is to so the doctor have to bring a physician medicine so the patient know what medicine to drink and require medicine to drink and how many doses. And the third, the administration, as already mentioned. You have to manage the hospital department, the staff, the medicine, the medical procedure, and the accounting. Okay. This is our relationship because based on use case, we have creating entity relationship diagram to store all of the information related to the use case. As you can see, it's very complex, but you can divide it into 4 main parts. The first will be the staff and department. With the staff, the role you can see on the entity relationship diagram. On the diagram, yes, have be the nurse or doctor, their account to assign into the website, and which department they belong. Yes, but okay. The second will be the patient and the record. The patient will store patient information and the record history, written medical procedure, and medical precision. And the third will be medicine and equipment. And fourth will be the billing to accounting. Okay. In our design, we're choosing the architecture. We choose architecture. We use the RESTful API. With the website, you can define based on through get, post, group, and delete. HT method, and so that method will be catched by our server controller, and the controller will get the data from the database and return as the client request, and return the data to the client relation. Okay. Design or design on system. Backend design we will do based on MVC model, MVC pattern with sound judgment. The view in the back end have been removed after we implemented in the front end. And adding a service layer to interact with the data in the database through model. Like during accounting, you have to calculate income, calculate expense, and calculate the profit. So instead of have to calculate every time and save it in the database, we have to calculate the time when we need to add it. We just call when we call request. And the front-end design, we're using the FJS to handle API. We handle API from that. Okay. Next would be our design UI. We're using the React UI material UI to create a user-friendly website. Okay. Now this to implementation. The backend server, we're using framework to speed up the development process. And to speed up the development process instead of using traditional Java interface. And with the front end, we usually use React.js to embed handler to create a user. And with our teamwork, only Mingley, our front-end developer, as he's the only one who can develop front-end more fluently than us. Whereas the rest of us participate in developing the backend. Okay, so the implementation. Shows code, the implementation. Okay, are we here in the document? We decided normally before we decide to create for the controller before this controller service model story for portal. But In that case, the search becomes super hard as every class inside a model. So we decided to move out we decided to split out the model to one each department like account. And then inside we can see account controller, account service, and there's repository model, and the payload to handling data design requests. Same as them do the department equipment. In examples with the controller, we're using MTA, we're using framework and here first we can see is the card origin. The origin to connect with the React JS. This is the React controller as the controller for the RESTful API of the Spring Boot application, request mapping, local response without the department. We in this here. We decide our server port 8085 and our database MySQL. Okay. This will be localhost slash localhost 8085 department. And here in this we have the auto wire to connect the service to the controller. That is the power of Spring Boot as speed up the process creating backend. So we have to simply auto-wire the service instead of having to control this. In this here, get mapping, get the path get off to get our department. So here, that's department. This department, you can see the annotation service. As service, Spring Boot only handle every service in Spring Boot. They are a singleton, so we have to worry about the problem of having to waste resource in the app where others are running after the Spring Boot already handle wasting resource. Okay, here. Department is department and using repository to ask our model this is our model just handling to save data and using report and we use the repository to getting the data from the database. Here as the public interface repository in extend GPA repository. But what is GPA repository? GPA repository is the framework of Spring Boot that help you to having to handle the getting data from the from database with GPA repository with GPA. And you don't have to worry about using query. Using query after we have many default query, you have to worry about that. Like this, like by many containing. I don't have to handle the query by myself. The GPA already handle it. So we have by connecting the database, and you can replace it very easily with GPA. As you can handle the changing to this one other type of database. The GPA is here is our containing to like connect using IntelliJ to showing the data to instead of having to open the SQL to check the database or to the terminal. Okay. That is all about our implementation in the backend. Let's see. Okay, and now we move back to the slide, and I clock and touch that so I can. Okay. Now we show to the implementation of the front end from layer.
This is our project about the hospital management, and here is a login page. I have to log in first. I will log in as an admin. As an admin, I can fully access to all of the function of the service and about the what see appointments, pension, employee, equipment, services, medicine, department, manage accounts, and see the accounting. First, as a admin, I can add the services I need, but the service the doctor want to service that doctor need to needs to diagnose the patient. I will have a blood test. I have the blood test first. Yeah, I have the blood test, and I can manage the equipment like a needle with the price of 2,000 quantity of 20, and that's all done. I can add the equipment to the service so that it count the money. It accounting the money that the service cost. Each service will have the different payment about the equipment. I can remove it or and add it back. The department, no, we have no employee yet. I'll add some employee to the system. I'll have the Zoom as a nurse. And you can see that the doctor will have a specialty and the nurse heaven will not have the specialty. But then I can choose this phone number, an email, salary about 200,000. Yep, all done. And I'll add something more like that. We as a doctor. Number email. No, we'll wait up where the salary than the nurse specialty is have a good surgeon. I don't know what is the correct pronounce or not. Okay, that's all done, and I can edit it as I want because I haven't capitalized this here. Yeah. Okay. The department is where the doctor and the nurse will be grouped at the specific treatment section. I don't know, like that. Department will be the cardio for the heart cure. I'll add Phạm Quốc Huy to the cardio. More department, physical department, and we'll add the Đỗ Đức Dũng in there. So all done. I can remove it from the department. Employee we have, equipment all done, and so I will log in as a nurse. as a nurse, you can only access to the appointment, patient, equipment, and the medicine. When the patient come to the hospital, they have to be gather information first. So as a nurse, you will do it, and patient name will be this a male and phone number, address at no. You have the pension. You have the pension, yes, and this you will assign a patient to a doctor so that the doctor will they can diagnose the patient. Choose patient. Yeah. Um, the patient and the nurse can add the medicine to the service to the system. The medicine the organic quantity 12 expire date will be the end of the month. Import price will be 2,000. Sell price will be higher so that we can make profit. Well done. So that's all the nurse can do. So we'll move next to the doctor as a doctor. Hmm? Sorry, I'll have to ask the admin first to check the doctor account. Seems like we only have the row notes, so we will create the account for the doctor. Okay, create account to the doctor. Oops. Username of the doctor. Phone number. Address. I don't know. Password. The password will be 1 to 6. And row will be the doctor. Sign up. Okay, register successfully. And we have the row doctor in the system. Now we'll log in as a doctor. As a doctor, all you can do is diagnose the patient and see the patient profile. That's all the doctor can do. So here I have one appointment at a time, so I'll check it. This is a record about this appointment. It blank yet. It has no note yet because I haven't diagnosed the patient. And after I diagnose the patient, I will edit this. I will have the blood test on the patient. The next question will be do blood test to a migraine. National will be the HIV positive. Okay, it's on here. And I can add the I can assign the medicine to this appointment. I only have a organic here. The start date will be tomorrow until the end of the day. Dosage will be 20 pills. Okay, and I'll discharge them. All they now have been discharged, and the total price they will pay will be $52,000. That's quite a lot of money. And you can see the appointment is no more. So I'll go back to the admin page. Under admin, you can see the accounting. I have income about this amount, but I expend about 6 times, and I'll have the low profit I will book. So this is all about the hospital management project of our yes. So that I can say.
Thank you, Mike, for this presentation. Now we continue our presentation. And next we use the control to optimize our reasoning, which you can have their own branches. When the code is finished, a member will upload the code and create a pull request so that other member can check the code, then merge the memory branch if the code is okay. If the code is not, you can reject the pull request. Are you problem checking without checking and just merging the request? You can also combine. But this example, a person merging a request from into main, checking the check it first. Yeah, you can also when run who can like from error possible. You can still recover by checking commit history and revert back to the history where it doesn't have the problem, and I'll check where the problem comes from. Okay, and with testing. Due to our limitation, we can only create unit tests for the backend because our limit and most happen very limited time, so cannot create the test for the front end. Okay, the test coverage of the backend is over 80%. Some cloud to cover it to create a test because our limit in knowledge. Okay, to the conclusion. My evaluation to the is our evaluation of the project. The advantage that we have implemented all the core functions that have been assigned. But the difference is some of the function are properly tested in the test space, as we mentioned. So with future work, we will add more functions to support the system, like exporting view in PDF. So after you the page checkout, you can see the view instead of having the view online to save in database. Like adding the contract for staff and hockey store instead of the paper contract. And adding room management. So currently we don't have any room management. Just patient go in and just go check out for without we don't handle the only happen the outpatient, but do not handle the inpatient and etc. Okay, that's the end of our presentation. We don't have any question. Let's see the link message up through our Facebook or our Facebook or through our email wanghiu2008.com @gmail.com. Okay, thank you for listening to our page.